Hey, what's up, motherfunkos? Is that just as cringy as it was 4 years ago? Today, I have a big, fat Funko haul. Just a big ass on this haul. And it's all stuff that's a little harder to find now. Lots of stuff in here that I think is going to be future grails. That I wanted to make sure to secure before they really shot up in price. So we're going to be talking about Funko Stonks. Lots of pops have been on the rise. Hard to tell if they're going to keep going up or if we hit a little bit of a plateau. But I do feel that several of these are right on the cusp of shooting up into that price range where you're like, oh, I don't know. Do I really want to drop 50, 60 bucks on that? Now, I could be wrong, of course. Speculating and trying to guess on which Funko Pops are going to go up in price or down in price is really hard. But that's part of the fun, right? All right, enough BSing around. Let's get started with the hot topic ones. All right, so I pre-ordered this one when I think Hot Topic restocked these. So a lot of people had these and then they restocked, and I believe they were on the site for maybe a couple of hours one day. Lucky enough to get in there and get them. Looks like he's in perfect condition. I mean, came in a sorter, box in a box. But look how cool this guy is. And I don't think my other Blacklight Pops have this Blacklight sticker. If you have the first run of these Batman the Animated Series Blacklight Pops, let me know if yours has this Blacklight one or if it's a new thing for the reissue, because I'm really not sure. But yeah, I really love these Blacklight repaints. Exactly the way a repaint should be done. Make it look like a totally different pop. Look at that box art. Really, really nice. And you know, it feels really good to pre-order something, and before you even get it, I want to say this guy's already worth about 50 bucks, and if they don't re-release it again, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy ends up around that $100 range. Easy. Now this here is what I'm worried about. When Hot Topic sends one pop in a bag, it's usually okay. When it's several, very easy for it to get tossed around by the mailman. This, I think, is only 3. I've had bad luck when it's like 4 or more. Very easy for them to just grab it, toss it, assume it's like not fragile because it's in a bag. Really don't like this practice. I used to not mind it because it's less waste. But I'd rather have my pops in good condition. Oh, nice. And this is Hello Kitty Tennis. Not sure if this is going to be a future grail. I know some of the Hello Kitty ones are very expensive, like the original Hello Kitty. I want to say Choco Cat. All the original Sanrio line. These ones, I don't know. Hard to tell. But, you know, Hello Kitty, Team USA. Don't see these being super popular or around for too long. That may add to their, like, rarity. But I could see them maybe like in a year or so being around that $30 mark. Hard to tell. But I really like them. I like unique stuff like this. And this is probably my favorite one, the surfing one. My favorite Freddy Funko is the Freddy on the surfboard. Totally cool design. Looks really good. I really love the water stand. Yeah. Hello Kitty surfing for Team USA. I like that swimming one too. I actually kind of want to get this whole set, to be honest. But yeah, so far so good. Boxes appear to be as minty as they get. Okay, so I did order the swimming one. I couldn't remember which 3 I ordered. And yeah, look at the goggles. They look really good. Liking this official Olympic sticker on there too. You know, I like stickers like this. Just makes things harder to bootleg. But this one appears to be in very good condition as well. I want to say I pre-ordered the basketball one too. So I guess the only one I'm missing... What did I get here? So I got surfing, tennis, swimming, Missing just the regular gold medal one, which I thought was kind of like gymnastics at first. But yeah, definitely going to pick that one up. Because, you know, might as well have the full set when you already got 4 out of 5. And they all kind of look alike. I think they'll look cute all together. But yeah, I don't know if I like this one more than the surfing one. But yeah, cool design on this one too. Now this other Hot Topic box is making me a little nervous too, because it looks like there was some kind of explosion in the mail truck. This smells like Downy. It smells like straight up Downy. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because it looks a little blue. Camera doesn't really pick it up, but it smells just like a Downy fabric softener. So hopefully it didn't penetrate too far into the box. That'll really suck. That's a smell you can never get out of cardboard, right? If it got on the pop boxes. So this is when ordering 2. I mean, would have saved me. If this would have gone all the way through, it doesn't appear to. But if it would have, it definitely would have got all over this one. Doesn't smell. I can still smell the Downy a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's just because it's in the air or if it got on these pops. But I missed out on this Homer the first time, and it went up on the site probably for about a day. Not sure how many hours in that day, but I do remember seeing it only that one day. And I did check a couple of times, and he was there, I want to say, at least an hour or 2. But super memorable from Treehouse of Horror, the Donut Homer. And I like the way the bite out of the head looks. And yes, I do feel like this one is going to be a future grail eventually. I feel all the Treehouse of Horror pops are going to go up in value. Maybe not right away, but eventually I think they are. Yeah. 2 Donut Homers. They weren't in sorters, but they appear to be... Oh, see, look at it. This one... Hard to tell. But it does have a knife wound down the middle. That's unfortunate, but that's why you get 2 with some of these pops that you know you're not going to have a good chance to get later on, because this guy did sell out, restocked for a little bit. Who knows if they'll do it again? They probably will, but they're not going to do it forever. So ordering the 2 guaranteed me to have at least one mint one. And look at that. It's one of the Funko products. But this one, I liked a little bit more than some of the other ones. I don't think they're all bad, even though I did make them the worst new series of the year in my worst of video. But there's something about this one I liked. I guess a Coke can is iconic. I like the way he was holding the cherry. I like the Converse shoes. There was something a little different than this one. It's not like they just put legs on a product. I just feel like a Coke can is a little bit more iconic than like a cereal box. Not sure I'm making sense. I do think that these are definitely a lot of personal preference. And I think they do kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're polarizing with Funko fans, whether you like these or not. A lot of people think this is the worst thing that Funko does. A lot of people don't mind them. I don't think it's the worst thing that they do. And they're certainly not all bad. Like both of these Coca-Cola ones are kind of cool. Like I might end up picking up an original can. And what I really want is a Diet Coke. I would love a Diet Coke. Yeah, I do think that eventually when they stop making this one, maybe not a super grail, maybe $30 to $40. Who knows? But I do think this is one of the cooler Funko products. Alright, so this is definitely not a pop because it feels really heavy. But it's kind of cool, so I want to show it to you anyway. And this is book 4 of the deluxe edition of Berserk. They collect, I believe it's 3 volumes of the manga into these nice hardcovers. There's so many volumes of this manga that I will warn you, if you start buying these, I think you're going to end up having to buy like 20 of these books before you're done with the series. And the whole series isn't done. It's been going on for decades. It's still going. If you're into Berserk, you're going to be... It's awesome because it's a lot bigger. You can really appreciate the art. And, you know, it's a nice, legit book. Now, this one's from eBay. And when I buy from eBay, there's a lot of things I take into consideration, right? If you're going to buy anything above retail, take a quick look at the seller's store. You'll learn a lot about the seller, whether they're a reseller or a collector getting rid of some of the pops they don't want anymore in their collection, or if they're a straight up retailer. I feel that if you order from a retailer or a collector, you have a better chance at honesty there, that the pop they send you is the one in the pictures. They have a better understanding of what an actual mint pop is. It's not just somebody that went and bought 20 of the new hot pop and is just trying to flip them real quick, because they like to snatch up all the pops they can get, sometimes regardless of condition. Of course, I make an exception if the price is right, and sometimes collectors might want a little too much for the pop, but you can always make an offer. And sometimes people that aren't dedicated sellers anyway kind of put up their listings when the pops are a little cheaper, and the price may have gone up on them without them noticing. So you can find some deals here and there. So I had bought Dr. Evil when it first came out, but my box was pretty damaged. So I always wanted to get another one, but this guy is becoming really scarce. Let me look up what I paid for him really quick and what he's worth now. All right, so I paid about $13, right? And Pop Price Guy says it's worth 11. But if you can find him for 11, good luck. I feel that this guy very soon is going to be right up there in the 30 to 40 mark, because I couldn't find him anywhere for retail, pretty much. Luckily, this box is in good condition, not 100% mint. See that little line right here? Very, very small. I would still call this easily a 9, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Because all around it's in pretty good condition. And like, you know, if this ever really goes up in price, something like this little line isn't a big deal. But yeah, it's a cool pop, funny character. I want to say one of the most quotable characters of all time. Even Mr. Bigglesworth looks really good. Mr. Bigglesworth is his name. Yeah, look how tiny the cat is. Came out really good. Same deal with this one. This one I can tell was just somebody that had a big collection, just unloading some pops. Okay, so this is Cara Dune, the Gina Carano character from The Mandalorian, who was recently kicked off the show by Star Wars or by Disney for basically saying something really stupid online, right? I liked the character in The Mandalorian. I figured that they were going to keep making a million Cara Dunes, which I'm pretty sure they would have, right? If they wouldn't have kicked her off the show, they would have still kept making a bunch of Cara Dunes. So I was like, do I really want to buy a couple of these commons? Or I know there's an FYE exclusive with the big kind of like Gatling gun style gun. And I was like, you know what? It's going to be like everything else. She's one of the best characters, probably the second best character on the show. And they're going to make a million of them. I'll hold off until that's like $6 on clearance. Bad move, because, you know, Funko stopped making her, basically discontinued her. So her price went up a lot. I got this one for $24 shipped, which is about as cheap as you can get it. But the way I got it was I basically sniped an auction. It was like midnight, couldn't sleep, opened up eBay, looked at what auctions were ending soon, saw that this one had like 0 bids on it, and was ending like in a few minutes. And I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure that Cara Dune's worth more than $24. I kind of want it for my collection. Gina Carano, I actually knew of her a long time ago, back in her Muay Thai days. I used to hang out at Melcher Menor's gym.
this at home, okay?
When I was very, a lot younger, in my early 20s, my best friend was a Muay Thai fighter. And then I also liked her from American Gladiators. Was what she said stupid? Yeah, of course. But, who hasn't said something really, really stupid before? I know I probably say something really dumb in every video. So does she deserve to get crucified for it? No. But when you work for Disney, right? Like if I worked for Disney, I wouldn't have any social media. I wouldn't make YouTube videos. I'd be like, you know what? My mouth is going to get me in trouble. And my job is to be squeaky clean because I work for Disney. So I can kind of understand both sides. But anyway, enough of that. I got this Cara Dune for $24. And I want to say she's worth around $45 now. And I do think that this one, camera shut off there, but I do think that this one has the nicest head sculpt. Her hair is a little different, and I like her body on this one. The one with the Gatling gun, and then there's another one with a blaster and a dagger, I believe. Her hair sculpt is kind of just... I'll just flash a picture. But this one has got a little bit nicer sculpting on it. The other one just kind of looks more flat and laid down. I do think this is the nicest one. But eventually, which one I think is going to be the most expensive one? Probably the FYE one. And that's like, I couldn't find any cheap ones of that one. I did see some cheap ones with the dagger one, but I believe that one's common too. And I think this one is just better. So if you're going to pick between the two commons, I think this one is going to be the one that's eventually going to be worth more, but hard to tell. All right, this one's got so much tape on it that I feel it might be one of my packages from Colombia. Can you tell this is from a collector yet? This guy reinforced his bubble wrap, perfectly bubble wrapped, sturdy box, in a protector. This is what happens when you order from a collector. They all know the pain of getting something damaged. This one, I went a little above what I normally like to go, which is around 36 bucks I paid for this guy shipped. But he's getting very hard to find. And this one is in mint condition. I mean, this guy even didn't peel off the film off the protector. So no fingerprints, nice and crispy. Very nice job. And yeah, it's Shawn Michaels. I want to say from WrestleMania 11 or 12, when he kind of like zip lines in to battle it out for an hour with Bret Michaels. I forget exactly which one, but definitely a memorable match. Probably one of his most flamboyant outfits. He's not pictured here, but I have the original Shawn Michaels, which was a Walgreens exclusive, where he has a big old mullet and his old school pants. So this Shawn Michaels looks totally different than that one. Completely different sculpt. And yeah, I didn't buy it when it was new for some reason, but this guy's going to look great right next to my Bret Michaels. And I do feel that he's going to keep climbing. WWE has a bunch of loyal fans. And they don't have a problem shelling out, 80, 100, 200 bucks for the wrestlers that they want in the outfits that they want that remind them of the best matches from their childhoods. Yeah, he came out really good. Now this one right here was obviously from a reseller. I want to say that what they were selling was sneakers, some Lego stuff, and like 2 different pops, but they had like 20 of each pop to sell. How this guy got this many of this pop, I don't know. If it's the one I'm thinking. If it's not this one, it's this one here, but let's see. Oh yeah. And look at that. That is my mailman straight slam dunking this into my parcel box. Oh my god. And you see how a reseller packs this shit? This is the Target bag you probably put. This is a Target bag you probably bought all 20 in. I don't know, it's actually a Nike bag. So this is probably the Nike bag from some of the shoes that he bought he's reselling. But he didn't even have the wherewithal to like think, oh, you know what I could do with that bag? I can put this inside of that bag, wrap it up, and then put it in the middle of the box. No, he decided just, I want to put it in the corner and stuff the bag on the side. Stupid, you see? But, you know, you can't expect everybody to know about Funko. This guy just knew, oh, these are hot. I'll buy a bunch of them. But as you can see, there's a ding on mine. It's on the window and it's on the front. It's not crazy. The rest of the box looks okay. And it probably got saved that this box was a little bit bigger than the pop, right? Like, so I had a chance to move around because it looks like it was in like this. And then when I opened it, it was here with the bag here. So it could have been anywhere here. Took a big hit here. Probably slammed it because in the pictures, it appears to be fine. But, you know, everyone can fake the pictures. So, I mean, that's not too bad. Maybe if I put in a protector, it won't be noticeable. Let me see. No, it's still noticeable. But maybe not as much to really bother me. I ended up paying $20 for this guy. So, obviously, you know, the truest definition of a flipper. I think Target sells pops for what, $8.99, $9.99. Sometimes their exclusives are a little bit more. So this guy's basically flipping them for double. I mean, not even, because he's not even including the shipping. I mean, this guy's probably making like $2 or $3 off of each one of these. Is that worth it? I don't know. Maybe they fell off the back of a truck. Then I guess it is worth selling them that cheap. Or maybe he has a bunch of slightly damaged ones. Hard to tell too with these ones if eventually they're going to be only worth $20 always, or if they're going to go up in price like the Batman Animated Series ones. The Marvel ones, I believe, are produced a little bit more than the DC ones. Guess we'll have to wait and see. But of this new wave of blacklight ones, I'm kind of liking this Gambit the best. Maybe that purple hair, maybe his kind of outfit lends itself to blacklight more because he's got a pretty wild outfit. It's one of the most wild kind of superhero outfits ever. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. This one was also from a reseller, not Target, so you might be able to guess what these ones are going to be. Now, I have a lot of Targets near me, and I can usually find the Target stuff pretty easily. But these ones didn't last very long in the stores, and I just was busy. I didn't have a chance to go get them. Do I advise buying new pops like this from a reseller right away? No, not really. But this guy did have combined shipping. I paid $20 a piece, plus like $5 shipping. So $45 for the pair might end up at a wash because I don't ever see these ones going to like $9 in value. But did I pay too much at about $23 a piece? Maybe. But they appear to be in good condition. And I didn't waste a bunch of time and a bunch of gas chasing them around. I think the Magneto came out really, really nice too. And I really love these black light pops. It would have been so easy for them to just make them black light colors, but I think what really sets them apart is the black, basically like the inking, right? You know how they ink a comic book? That's what it looks like, but in pop form. And it's just really awesome. It's really what makes these extra special and not just a repaint, is that extra little touch of the black inking in there. Looks really nice. Now this Rogue might be the funkiest one. My camera actually makes it look better than it is because her face is straight up orange on the pop. Like, it's orange like this is orange. Right here it looks kind of yellow and it looks a little bit better. They probably should have made her face yellow, to be honest. But she still looks good. And I just say she looks like the worst one compared to the rest of these because she still looks really cool. Like if this was the very first black light pop that came out, I think people would still think it looks dope. But yeah, happy to add these to my collection. Not sure if I'm going to get Deadpool. I definitely want the Wolverine. Have not really checked my targets yet, but all the Wolverines were going for at least 50 bucks, which is getting a little up there. And if I could find one where the shirt was like a small, I might have pulled the trigger. Because I don't really wear Funko shirts myself. So I try to get the shirts for somebody else now. But 50 bucks for the pop alone is still a little too high, so I'm going to wait on that one. Which I might regret. Because Wolverine, like Spider-Man, is definitely going to be the one that goes up the most in price. And he may just keep going up. So I definitely have to make a decision on whether I'm going to spend 50 to 60 bucks on that pop. Or just not have it in my collection. Now this one is from a collector on eBay. Okay, so good thing this had paper because I just made one of the most rookiest mistakes where you cut a little too deep. If the pop was there, I would have cut right into it. That's usually why I use this little piece of shit knife because the serrated helps me kind of like slice into it without having to jam too far into it, but very easy to go too deep. Box inside of a box. Okay, so this is one I missed out on. It was part of, what was it called? The Disney Treasures box, which honestly, now thinking back, was probably the best subscription box that Funko put out. Unfortunately, it didn't continue onto Amazon, or maybe that's a good thing because I think once the mystery boxes, or not mystery boxes, but the Funko subscription boxes, because they weren't a mystery, you knew exactly what was going to be in them. Once those moved to Amazon, the quality dropped like a lot, like significantly. They used to have 2 pops and a t-shirt and a pin without fail. They were the best. I used to love them, but they're just not the same anymore. And this is one of the ones I didn't get just because I didn't like the theme, but I ended up really liking the pop. It's Bambi skating on the ice. I mean, even the Disney Treasures sticker, I think, is nice. Just a gold little sticker. It's not this big, gauche, ugly thing. But yeah, I think it's a really cool one. I like the box art. I like that it's different than the other Disney ones. Will this be a future grail? Probably not. I think there's several other Bambi ones, but this is my favorite Bambi pop. Let me see how much I paid for it. Okay, so I ended up paying $26 plus 5 shipping, which is still less than what the Disney Treasures box cost. I believe the Disney Treasure ones were like 40 bucks. And usually with those Funko subscription boxes, the pops inside of them will settle to at least what the box cost. So I felt like it was a good deal for this one, especially because it's a little older. Pop Price Guide has it at only $21. So I might have paid a little bit of a premium, but it is a mint condition one. That's important to me. It's not important to everybody, but I like 10 out of 10s on the minty scale because that's just the kind of collector I am. But that doesn't matter to everyone. And also you got to keep in mind that this is a little older pop, so the volume isn't there, right? The Pop Price Guide estimated price isn't going to be going up and down, fluctuating wildly. So it's not going to be an exactly accurate price. But there are a few other Bambi ones out there, so I don't see this one going up substantially, at least not in the near future. But I really wanted it. It was one of the cheaper ones on the site, and it was mint condition, so picked up this Bambi. This one is also from an eBayer that looked like a collector. Okay, so look away if you don't like creepy things or if you have a little bit of a trypophobia, because this is the Hideo. Look at that. Why did I buy this? I don't know. I like Junji Ito. I feel like eventually all of these guys, if you snooze now, they're going to be hard to get because I don't think they made that many of them. This is kind of a sleeper fandom, and I think that these all eventually are going to go up in price because I just don't see Funko making these for too long. I mean, can you imagine a a world where Junji Ito pops are on the shelves for like a year. Maybe if they're not selling or whatever, but I don't see Funko making wave after wave of these and just, they all sold out, let's make more. I feel like these are going to go away pretty fast. And once they do, especially the Tomoe, I think Tomoe is going to be probably the one that's going to be the most expensive in the future. This one too, because it is an exclusive. And he is so creepy looking. He's really well done. I got to put this away because it's making my skin crawl a little bit. But I like it. It's creepy. I like creepy pops. But yeah, if you like Junji Ito, don't sleep on Tomoe, the Slug Girl, and this BAM exclusive Hideo. I think eventually it's going to be surprising how much those go up in value. Could be a while though. Also collector. What have you noticed with all the collectors, right? Overprotection. It seems wasteful, right? But you could always reuse this stuff to sell your own pieces in your old collection. Don't throw all this stuff away. Definitely not. But what you notice is collectors overprotect because they understand. And this is Pizzazz from Gem. I used to love this as a kid. I'm pretty sure it was geared towards girls, right? They kind of look like punk rock Barbies a little bit. Done in that 80s style. Not sure if it was rotoscoped or not. Seemed that way a little bit, but I used to like Gem in the holograms. And this is the bad girl character, right? She's I want to say she was like a punk rocker. And I want to say that her band was the Misfits. Something like that. But I already have Gem. Gem is shooting up in price to around 40 to 50 bucks now. And I feel it won't be long till Pizzazz goes up in price too. Not sure why I never bought Pizzazz when she was new. I bought Gem, just not Pizzazz. But I wanted to get her before she shot up in price. Let me check real quick. She's at 17 on PPG, which is what happens to pops that all of a sudden all the retailers kind of ran out of them. And I definitely don't see Funko making Gem pops again. I really don't. I think this is the only time they're going to make them. I think the stock that they had has kind of started to sell out with all the retailers. And it's probably not long till she starts to climb up to that $40 range, just like Gem. And Gem maybe even higher. But yeah, she actually looks really good. So this one was also from a collector. I believe this guy was only selling like 4 or 5 items. Seems to be in pretty good shape. A little bit of wear and tear here on the bottom. And some sticker jizz right here from where a price tag used to be. That's very easily removable with, I don't use a goof off, but a little bit of alcohol, or I have this Testors. Testors is the brand that sells like paint and glue and stuff for plastic model kits, right? So all their solutions and paint removers, paint thinners and stuff like that are made to not like straight up melt plastic or be too abrasive, right? So I use that stuff a lot to clean up the windows. So this will come right off. So not too bad. This is one of those commons that I don't know what happened. I don't know if Funko had the license and then just lost it, or they just didn't make enough of them and people just didn't want them. I love the Lost Boys myself. Don't really need these other ones. I just wanted this David. It would be cool to have a Vampire David too, but he's a little pricey. But this David, when he's eating the Chinese food, the fried rice that turns into maggots when he gives it to Michael. Super memorable scene. Really loving the hair sculpt there. And to me, it's pretty recognizable as David outside of the box. But yeah, let me see how much I paid for this guy. Okay, so I paid $35 plus $6 shipping. So in the low 40s. Pop Price Guide has them at $21. But it's one of those things where I don't want to say this is an older pop, but it has been out for a while, but there's not a lot of them. If you go look him up on eBay right now, you're not going to find a lot of listings for this guy, which means that the sales volume is low. So that pop price guide, estimated price, isn't going to change much. My purchase actually might make it go up. But yeah, if you see one for $21, snatch it up because that's a little bit of steal. But it's one of those times where that pop price guide isn't 100% accurate. This one isn't mint though, but this is one that's tough to find mint. And I'm going to have to do a little restoration on it. But yeah, glad to have this one. Totally missed out on this one. Never saw it in stores. Never really saw it go up on Hot Topic or Box Lunch or any of the places I usually buy pops. It would be interesting to find out from somebody, you know, in the know or somebody that works from Funko, what exactly happened to this pop and why it was so scarce. And I got one more super limited item. This right here, there's only 750 of them. And this is the Hello There version of Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. And this looks a lot nicer in person than it does in picture. The paint looks metallic. I have 339 of 750. So not only are there 750 pieces, they're numbered. Would have been awesome to get a number 420, right? or 069 would have been dope. But yeah, she's limited to 750 pieces. I didn't order this too long ago, so if you do the math, there's still a few left. Very weird. Cryptozoic is selling this through eBay and not their actual website for some reason. But yeah, if you go look up Catwoman, Cryptozoic, but you have to type in hello there for it to actually show up in the search. It doesn't even appear to show up in the search, really, when you just look up Cryptozoic Catwoman. Kind of strange. I'm not sure if they're even aware of that. I paid for this one myself. They did send me the original, and I have a review for that on my channel if you're interested in my thoughts on the original one. But obviously, I really like the character. I really like the design. I have a few of these particular type of figures. I forget what they call them. Maybe just movie collectible, which is kind of a strange name. They should come up with something better than that. But I do have a few of the Bombshell ones and stuff like that. So I wanted to get this one. And the fact that it's so rare at 750 is a nice piece to have. But yeah, if you want to go get yourself something pretty rare, go look up eBay. Hello There. 750 of them. I think there's still a couple left. If you're interested, I believe she's $35, maybe with shipping, or it might be $35 shipped. Go check it out. I think she's beautiful, and I love that paint job. All right, guys, that's it. Let me know if you've watched Berserk, the TV show, the movies, or if you read the manga. I do all of the above. Love, love, love Berserk. It's one of my most wanted pop lines. I hope Funko eventually makes Berserk pops, because I will snatch them all up, because I think the characters will really lend themselves over into pop form. Let me know if you have any Cryptozoic figures, or what do you think about my thoughts on the pops I got, and whether you think there'll be future grails or not. Or if I'm just a big sucker that overpays for everything.